Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and today it is time for Oscar predictions for November, and this is for the acting categories. I will say I'm going to be doing below the line categories tomorrow, so you're getting a double dose of videos within the next couple days. Once December rolls around, we're already in award season, but we're about to be fully in with like Critics' Choice and Golden Globe nominations, all that fun stuff. So without any further ado, let's get started. With lead actress, I'm honestly very confident in this top 5. I'm very confident in this, actually. I feel kind of content. Like, Jessie Buckley, she's gonna win. Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee, if she wins the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, like, I'm thinking she will, because Cynthia Erivo's not really in contention to win anymore. Because Wicked for Good, like, both from critics and audiences, are like the scores are lower, and yes, the audience scores are dropping for Wicked for Good. I'm not a Wicked hater. I'm not. I love the first Wicked. If it won Best Picture, that'd be fine with me. But just look at the response. Like, people are not enjoying Wicked for Good anywhere near as much as the first Wicked. And when you look at something like this, like the only time a sequel that was considered very much not as good as the first film, got in for Best Picture was The Godfather Part 3, but also it's coming off of The Godfather. So it's like, but other than that, there's not really any other examples of this. Like, Black Panther Wakanda Forever had much better reviews than Wicked for Good, and it didn't get into Best Picture. I'm trying to think of what Joker Folie à Deux, even though granted the reviews are nowhere near as bad as the ones for Joker Folie à Deux. Again, for the first film that had 11 Oscar nominations and 2 wins, the second film not getting a single nomination, not great. And I'm not going to say that Wicked for Good's going to go completely, empty-handed in terms of nominations. Absolutely not. But I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen in the acting categories. Like, it's not going to get nominated for any acting awards. So, yeah. So, Cynthia Erivo, she's not winning. It's probably going to be Amanda Seyfried. I guess maybe you could say either Chase Infinity or Emma Stone could win the Golden Globe, but I don't know. Like, the films aren't, like, as focused on them. And from everything I've heard about The Testament of Anne Lee, it's like, and Amanda Seyfried's, like, going crazy, like, wow, and doing a bunch of musical stuff. So, yeah. Renate Reinsva, I think she's going to be fine with Sentimental Value. Sentimental Value is going to be a film that admittedly, I'm not sure if it wins international feature because of how stiff the competition actually is, but I feel like it's going to be one of those films that just kind of consistently gets the nominations that it needs. So I don't think Reinsva's going anywhere. And again, Chase Infinity, I mean, especially now with Cynthia Erivo not being in and the competition looking kind of slim, like, I still don't think Kate Hudson's getting in. And Rose Byrne feels like something that, like, film Twitter really wants, but it's probably not going to happen. And it just feels like a To Leslie thing, which is so unlikely of a thing to happen. I'm not going to predict that to happen. Whereas Chase Infinity, it's like, yeah, she's pretty much a supporting performance. I don't know why she's lead, but at the same time, she does have enough screen time to get viewers, to get at least voters' attention. And again, you can't underestimate a film like this that is going to go with, like, double-digit nominations, potentially even tying the record for the most Oscar nominations ever. Like, here's the thing. If you're seriously considering Regina Hall in Best Supporting Actress, like, how would you not even consider Chase Infinity for lead actress? Like, Regina Hall has a way worse case to make than Chase Infinity. Even though, yeah, they're in different categories. But it's like, if One Battle After Another is looking like the clear frontrunner for Best Picture, I don't see any reason to doubt Infinity. And then Emma Stone, I mean, again, she's such a staple of Begonia. I actually just watched it, and I gotta say, this is the first Yorgo Lanthimos film that I actually loved. wow. Like, I liked The Favorite, but I didn't love it. I certainly didn't like Poor Things, but, you know, something about Begonia really stuck out to me. I thought it was a film that very much explored conspiracy theories and the way like corporations kind of feed into that or create that. Like it's such a fascinating film in that regard, and I loved it from start to finish. And Emma Stone is definitely amazing in the film, and granted, that's not really going to affect my predictions, but even especially having seen the film, it's like she does enough to get nominated. Like she definitely does enough. And you know, Begonia, I'm not currently predicting it for Best Picture, for our Best Picture nomination, but it's close enough. It's close enough to get like for Emma Stone to be at least consistently like maybe in the conversation and stuff. And so I don't really see a reason to doubt Emma Stone. Even like hell, I don't even know why people were saying it's either adapted screenplay or bust. It's like, no, it's either Emma Stone. Well, okay, I am also predicting it for adapted screenplay too, but it's like, I feel like Emma Stone's the most likely nomination for the film. Like, again, with the lead actress field this week, it's like, she could certainly get in. And then, you know, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. I feel like she's gonna get like a Golden Globe nomination and probably SAG, but she very much kind of reminds me of Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. It's just like kind of like a nothing burger movie that no one cares about. Even though I've heard, you know, The Last Showgirl was significantly better than Song Sung Blue. But, like, I just don't feel like Song Sung Blue is going to be that kind of film. I just really don't. Again, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. She's probably going to get nominated for Critics' Choice and maybe the Globe, but I don't really think that's going to translate much where else. Eva Victor for Sorry Baby. I don't know. The film doesn't really exist enough. And Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, for Good. I don't know why I still didn't fix the Wicked thing. It needs to be Wicked for Good. But again, the film is just not doing that great with neither critics or audiences. Like even the audience scores are dropping. Like it has a worse audience rating on like I think, or at the very least, I think it's getting. If it hasn't, it's getting close to being rated lower than the first Wicked on IMDb. That's not great. That's not great if you're a sequel. And I'm sorry, Wicked's just not happening. Laura Dern for Is This Thing On? I've heard that she's not really in the movie that much, but again, I don't know. Emma Mackey for Ellen McKay. That film has just not released yet, so we still don't know. Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love. Again, I feel like the movie is just too isolating for people. Julia Roberts for After the Hunt. No one likes that film, so no. And then Cate Blanchett for Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Again, I'm grasping at straws at this point. Again, if it's not this 5 for lead actress, I would legitimately be surprised because who else? Like, who else? Honestly, who else? Then we get to lead actor. And I'm confident. Okay, I'm at least very confident in, like, you know, the top 2, you know, Timothée Chalamet and Leonardo DiCaprio. I will say, I don't know if it's a full locked-in deal for Timothée Chalamet, because if they really want to go out for one battle after another, they could just default to Leo and go, hey, you know what, we can give you another Oscar for this. People aren't going to like it, and people are going to start making the same, you know, oh, he doesn't have an Oscar narrative that, you know, Leo had for a long time for Timothée Chalamet. But right now, I could see, I'll predict Timothée Chalamet for the win, but again, we will have to see. Admittedly, he would be the only win for the film, which, you know, is not terribly uncommon, but yeah. Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. He's kind of everywhere right now, and again, I sort of similar with Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee. I'm expecting Wagner Moura to win the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Drama. And if he win, because his only other competition is Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and do I really think he's going to win the Globe? Probably not. I mean, again, people were already kind of on the fence on Michael B. Jordan getting nominated for Sinners when it was supposedly winning Best Picture, and now that Sinners is definitely not winning Best Picture, it's like, he's vulnerable. And that allows a slot for Wagner Moura to actually beat him at the Globes. Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. I actually just saw Blue Moon last night. It's kind of mid. I didn't really like it that much. It's very meandering and very boring, but Ethan Hawke is very good in it. He does do a lot with the emotions. He does put on a voice. It's very much like classic, Oscar bait that he's kind of going for. So I think he could get a nomination for that. And again, people are already saying he's amazing in the film, and some people are trying to say that he could win. I don't think this is a winning performance. I don't think he's gonna win for Blue Moon. But however, he is great. He is great in the film. And Lee Byung-hun for No Other Choice. Now, granted, I don't know who's number 5. Again, it could be Lee Byung-hun for No Other Choice. He's great in the film. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. If they do want to give Sinners a good amount of nominations, they could nominate him. I'm still gonna keep Daniel Day-Lewis somewhat higher up at number 7. Because yes, while it is a bit of a problem that no one has seen Anemone and people don't really like it that much, I still gotta wonder. He's still Daniel Day-Lewis. He's still the greatest actor of all time. And I've seen Anemone. He's still really incredible in it. This would have to be a situation where, the movie is, non-existent, and they're just only laser focused on the fact that he's Daniel Day-Lewis and he's giving us another fantastic performance. That would be, the only way he would get a nomination here. Seriously. Then there's Jesse Plemons for Begonia. I don't have Jesse Plemons in, because I don't know if he gets in if Begonia is not in picture. I mean, if Begonia does get into picture, I think it would seem natural that he comes along with it. But it's kind of weird. It's also not not the typical Oscar performance that gets in, but who knows. George Clooney for Jay Kelly. Maybe he happens if Jay Kelly gets in the Best Picture, but admittedly, it's I don't know. The field is both crowded and not crowded at the same time, and I'm not sure. I'm also, and considering the Academy's becoming more international, I don't know how much they're gonna like Jay Kelly. I mean, obviously, this is gonna be, pure SAG bait, Critics' Choice bait. They're gonna go for this. It really just depends on, how well the BAFTAs like Jay Kelly, but, again, I don't know. Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams. Admittedly, I don't know if he, again, sort of like Jesse Plemons, I'm not sure if he gets in even if the film is in Best Picture. Joel Edgerton, I mean, he is deserving. Joel Edgerton is great in Train Dreams, but it is a very subdued, quiet performance compared to a lot of the other performances here. And I feel like with Train Dreams, the film's, if it were to get into Best Picture on its best day, I'm thinking it would be picture, screenplay, cinematography, and song. Lead actor would be a really strong sign for it. Now, granted, I am kind of wondering if Joel Edgerton can get in at the Globes, and after that, I want to see how many other precursors he can get, but it's not impossible. Dwayne Johnson for The Smashing Machine, I think he's going to do fine in, early precursors, get the Golden Globe Drama nomination, get Critics' Choice, but I don't know if SAG goes for The Smashing Machine, and I know for a fact BAFTA won't. So, I don't know, I don't think he's happening. Russell Crowe for Nuremberg. I'm actually going to try to watch Nuremberg later, but I feel like Nuremberg would have had an easier path to Best Picture if they put Russell Crowe in supporting, because from everything I've heard, I mean, you could put him in lead, but it would make more sense to put him in supporting so that you can get that nomination out of him, because it's a very easy nomination that he could get, but because they put him in lead, it's I don't know. Will Arnett for Is This Thing On? The Globe Drama nomination is not impossible, but I don't know. Is This Thing On doesn't really exist enough as a film, I don't think. And then there's Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. No one likes this movie. It flopped at the box office. No one cares about this film. So, yeah. Brendan Fraser for Rental Family. I don't know. I would need to see how well it does in terms of precursors, but I don't think Brendan Fraser, I don't know. I feel like Rental Family would need to be stronger. Hugh Jackman for a song sung blue. Again, like, I don't know. I feel like he's looking at best, a Lone Globe nomination, but even then, I feel like that category is a bit too stacked for him. So yeah, and then there's Ice Cube for War of the Worlds. Obviously, he's gonna win. We all know this. Supporting actress. All right. Admittedly, I don't like this is a real wild west of what could happen. And oddly enough, the only two I feel like are kind of locked in for a nomination are Inga Ibsdottir Lilius and Elle Fanning, both for sentimental value. I feel like both would make it in, but also supporting actress is not a very strong category this year. Because I don't know. Emily Blunt, like, okay, let's start at the top. If Tiana Taylor gets nominated for One Battle After Another, maybe she could win. But it admittedly is the kind of performance where I'm just like, would she actually win for that? Because she's not doing the most, but like she is in a lot of the film in the beginning, and One Battle After Another is looking to win Best Picture, so maybe she just comes along for the ride. I don't know. Gwyneth Paltrow for Marty Supreme, again, maybe. Like I've heard from many people that Odessa Azion is more of a name for, is more showy in Marty Supreme, but Gwyneth Paltrow has the, celebrity name attached to her. But then again, we also kind of said the same thing about Elle Fanning and what was A Complete Unknown versus Monica Barbaro. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to go out on a limb and maybe say Wunmi Mosaku gets in for Sinners. I mean, because I could see her getting into Critics' Choice and SAG, and there's just not a lot of other competition. Emily Watson for Hamnet. I've heard conflicting, stuff about her. Like, some people are saying, oh, she has like an Oscar scene. And then other people are saying that she doesn't really have an Oscar scene, so I don't know what to do there. Again, there is Odessa Azion for Marty Supreme, but do I really want to have two, supporting, do I really want to have, duo supporting actress nominations for two different movies in supporting actress? I don't know. There's Emily Blunt for The Smashing Machine. I could, weirdly enough, see her getting in everywhere. Like Golden Globe and Critics' Choice, because they have 6 slots. And, they're probably going to nominate Dwayne Johnson as well in those places too. SAG would probably do it because, she is like a biopic thing. And again, I'm not sure if they're going to nominate Inga Ibsdottir Lilius at SAG. And then at BAFTA, she's British. She's been nominated a lot. So, but I still don't think she gets in because, she's just The Smashing Machine is just not the right film for her, or in terms of what voters would go for and stuff. And then and then there's number 9, Regina Hall for One Battle After Another. Once again, I don't know why we're entertaining the idea of her getting nominated. She's in so little of the film, it's kind of insane. It would have to be the biggest One Battle After Another glaze fest possible if she were to get nominated. Seriously. Haley Steinfeld for Sinners, again, doesn't really do... okay, she does do quite a bit, but also it's I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't be the one that would get nominated. I don't know. Laura Dern for Jay Kelly. I haven't really heard many people talk about her, so probably not. Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. Again, Wicked for Good is dying. Even though supporting actress isn't looking all that great, I still don't think Ariana Grande would recover from Wicked just not being... or from Wicked for Good being as not well received as it is. So, Glenn Close for Wake Up Dead Man. I don't know. Maybe SAG, maybe Critics' Choice. Jennifer Lopez for Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Have seen this. Again, kind of a mid-film. I don't think it really understands how to be a musical film, which is weird because Bill Condon directed it and he knows how to direct musicals. I don't know what went wrong with this film. And she is very good, but also I could also see the argument that her character doesn't really do a lot. And she is mainly just a fantasy character, so again, I don't know. And then Jamie Lee Curtis for Ella McKay. Again, this movie's not come out, so I can't say for sure. Supporting actor. I'm not gonna lie, I fail to see where Sean Penn would lose for One Battle After Another. I fail to see where he would lose. Because, like, again, One Battle After Another is winning Best Picture. And everyone's saying, oh man, Sean Penn's the standout. And the only argument people have against him winning is, well, he's got to. And it's like, that doesn't matter to the Academy. They'll give you another Oscar. Like, they gave Emma Stone a second Oscar for Poor Things. They gave Anthony Hopkins a second Oscar for The Father over Chadwick Boseman, who was like, you know, everyone was talking about the narrative for Chadwick Boseman, but in the end, it was Anthony Hopkins who won. And then Frances McDormand won her third lead actress Oscar, like tying the second place record for the most Best Actress wins with I think only one other actress. At least, again, in second place. They were perfectly fine doing that. I feel like with Sean Penn, they're not going to care. It's like, well, he's in the right movie, and he's giving the kind of performance that we like. And, you know, he's playing like a villain and all that stuff. And, you know, they're probably going to give him the win again. They're probably going to do it. And Stellan Skarsgård, sure, he probably would maybe win the BAFTA, but it's also like, again, I don't know. It's like One Battle After Another, I feel like is just too strong, and Sean Penn is just kind of too much of a standout. Paul Mescal for Hamnet, I mean, I think he's just kind of solidly in. And then there's Benicio del Toro, who honestly I think is also solidly in. This top four, again, very confident in this top four. I think at this point you could say Benicio del Toro is a staple of One Battle After Another's package. And then there's that fifth slot, and I had no idea what to do here. I had no idea what to do. Because there's so many knocks against... No, there's knocks against everyone. Even Adam Sandler, who I have in fifth place. There's knocks against him too. Like, I don't have Jay Kelly in Best Picture, and right now, he's the only nomination for Jay Kelly that I've got. But nothing else really makes sense. Like, William H. Macy for Train Dreams? Like, even on its best day, I don't think that happens. Miles Caton or Delroy Lindo for Sinners? I don't know. Like, people are already unsure if they would nominate those two. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein? Critics' Choice and SAG might do it, but do I think that'll translate to an Oscar nomination? No. Even though I wouldn't mind if it did. I'd love it, but I don't think he's going to. What was it? Louis Pullman for The Testament of Anne Lee. I haven't really heard many people talk about him. So, well, I need to see the film, or at the very least, I need to hear what people think of him. Andrew Scott for Blue Moon. I was considering him, but then I saw Blue Moon, and it's like, he doesn't really leave that much of an impact. It's kind of looking like it's like just Ethan Hawke or bust. So I don't know. Bradley Cooper for Is This Thing On? No one's talking about him. Jeremy Strong from Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. No one likes him. Sean Bean. I thought I took him out the list. Like, I think on Award Expert, I took him out of the list. But yeah, he should be not on the list. He's not in the list. So, yeah. Okay, made a couple of adjustments. Yeah, I took out Jeremy Strong as well. He's just not Jeremy Strong. He's not going to happen. But honestly, at number 13, I did put in Aiden Delbus for Begonia. He was the standout. I thought he was amazing in this film. I would love it if he got a nomination. Although, admittedly, like, even on Begonia's best day, I'm not sure if he would happen. He's just not as big of a name, and I haven't heard anyone really talking about him as much as really they should. I thought Aiden was fantastic. And then Jacoby Jupe for Hamnet. I don't know. They don't really nominate child actors, so probably not. Then we get to the final category of this video, SAG Ensemble. I mean, honestly, I think One Battle After Another is taking this. I don't really know why it wouldn't win. You also have Sinners, and Sentimental Value probably could get nominated. It would be like, because it is looking like it's going to get 4 acting nominations at the Oscars. But, however, you know, SAG could be a little bit persnickety towards the international films, so I'm not sure. But I feel like the acting is like such a staple of the film, it could still happen. And plus, like, what else are they gonna do? Like, I don't even think they're gonna do Wicked again. Marty Supreme, it has a big ensemble of actors, so probably. And then I want to go with a film that I don't have in Best Picture, and that's Jay Kelly. So, yeah. Like, and I know last year, like, yeah, they, like, SAG Ensemble did go 5 out of 5 with, Best Picture, but usually it's like 4 out of 5. They usually go 4 out of 5, sometimes 3 out of 5, but it's usually 4 out of 5. So I want to pick one film that I don't have in Best Picture in SAG Ensemble, and that's Jay Kelly. Outside of that, Wicked for Good. I mean, that would, like, it would be kind of desperate at this point if they actually did that. But there's not really a lot of other options for SAG Ensemble because nothing else is really clicking. Like Frankenstein, maybe, but I don't know. Would they see that as like an ensemble film? Hamnet, I don't know. It's from what I understand, it's mostly just the two leads. House of Dynamite, I mean, that film is just kind of blanked. I don't think it's going anywhere. What is it? Is this thing on? Song Sung Blue, Ella McKay, No Other Choice, Begonia. Even with Begonia, I think that could potentially be strong. But also, neither of Yorgo Lanthimos' films have ever been nominated for SAG Ensemble, and this one has even less of an ensemble, so probably not. Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery. They didn't nominate either of the Knives Out movies, so no. Testament of Ann Lee. I honestly, SAG might not like Ann Lee that much. They might not. And then Train Dreams. I don't think, it doesn't really strike me as like a big ensemble film. Honestly, again, I kind of do feel secure in this 5. There's nothing really else that makes a ton of sense in terms of SAG Ensemble. So, yeah, guys. And those are my Oscar predictions for November for the acting categories. Again, I'm going to try to get to those below the line categories tomorrow. And after that video, later that day, I'm going to be doing a stream. Because it's the end of the month, and we're going to be talking about, like, oh, how's award season going, and all that stuff. So, that's going to be a lot of fun. And now, I'm going to pass the question off to you. What are your acting Oscar predictions for November? Let me know in the comments below what you think. And be sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm going to shave your head.